Here are the 7 keys to setting and achieving goals. These 7 keys will make you rich. The first key is to decide exactly what you want. Decide exactly what you want, because the vast majority of people really don't know what they want. They want to be rich, but what does that mean? How much is it? What are you going to do to achieve it? So decide exactly what you want. If you're married, sit down with your spouse and decide exactly what you both want. 2 people working together, a husband and wife working together towards one goal, multiply the power to achieve that goal more than anything else. This is called the great mastermind. It's the husband and wife working together. Number 2 is to write it down. Write it down. There's nothing more important than writing down your goals, because if it's not written, it's merely a fantasy. Studies conducted at Harvard, Cornell, and other universities have shown that the difference between students who write their notes by hand and those who type them is enormous. Students who write by hand usually get excellent grades, while those who type forget everything before the end of the day. Writing forces you to use 3 skills: the kinesthetic skill of writing, the visual skill of seeing what you're writing, and the auditory skill of saying to yourself what you're writing. Write right now in the comments, "I will never worry about money again." Do this exercise and commit to yourself. Number 3 is to set a deadline. Tell your subconscious when you want it. I want this by such and such a date. So every goal should always end with a completion date. And how do I achieve this goal by this date? Write it in the present tense. Number 4 is to make a list of everything you can think of to do. Simply make a list. As you think of more things, add them to the list. Keep writing. If you think of something in the middle of the night, write it down. Keep a notepad by your bed and quickly jot it down so you don't forget. Just write. Also, if you want to take an extra step towards your financial success, check out our premium content by clicking the first link in the description. This is the number that really matters and is the big turning point. Like a massive ship turning in the ocean, your whole life starts to turn when you write a list of the steps you need to take. Number 5 is to organize your list by priority. Make a checklist. What's number 1? What's number 2? What's number 3? And so on. As you get more information, update the list. Reorganize, rewrite, move things up and down. Number 6 is to take action on your list. Take action on the most important thing on your list. Do something. Get started. Do it now. Do it instantly. Do it immediately. Get up and do something. It doesn't need to be much. It could be reviewing your papers, making a phone call, or ordering a book. It could be anything, but do something. It's like kicking off in a football game. Just kick the ball as far as you can. Number 7. This will make you rich, happy, popular, and slim. Number 7 is to do something every day towards your most important goal. Do something every day towards your most important goal. Now, a practical exercise for goal setting. Take a clean sheet of paper and write goals and today's date. Then, write down 10 goals you would like to achieve in the next 12 months. Don't worry about 2 years, 10 years, or 5 years. Just 10 goals you would like to achieve in the next 12 months and write them in the present tense, almost as if making a wish. For example, I earn, I achieve, I request, I drive such and such a car. I own whatever it is. Even though the goals may be financial, family-related, physical, and so on, write down 10. Then, take that list of 10 and ask yourself, if I had a magic wand and could wave it to achieve any goal on my list within 24 hours, which goal would have the greatest positive impact on my life? Which goal? Review, and generally this will jump out at you. Don't go to 2001. It will jump out at you like a spider in a horror movie. It will grab you. Put a circle around that goal, and that's the goal you transfer to a clean sheet of paper. Then, follow these 7 steps. Write it down, set a deadline, make a list of everything you need to do to achieve it, organize the list into a checklist, take action, and then do something every day. If you simply do this simple exercise, everyone will be rich. Nothing can stop them except themselves. What is your product? That's the first question. Who is your customer? What does your customer consider more valuable than anything else? How are you superior to your competitors? What can you do to attract more customers? What can you do to close those customers? Clarity is my favorite word in success. It's my favorite word in business. I've consulted for over 1,000 large corporations around the world and also worked with over 10,000 small and medium-sized enterprises. What I found is that in every situation, problems arise when the company becomes unclear about what it is doing or how it is doing it. A study was done with 50 successful business owners like you, asking what is the best time management or business tool you've discovered. 49 out of 50 raised a yellow writing pad like this. And that's what they did. That's how they planned their day. They made a to-do list. They wrote everything they needed to do. They always worked with a list. If you don't work with a list, it's very similar to taking your hands off the steering wheel while driving on a winding mountain road. What happens is your life goes off course, and you'll instantly start doing irrelevant and unimportant things. At the end of the day, you'll be exhausted and have achieved nothing. Now, I know this doesn't apply to anyone here, but it happens. I've written and published 86 books because I deal with the formula for writing and publishing books. I have contracts for 4 more books and 2 additional books beyond the contracts. I haven't had the time to get to them because my legs distracted me for a while, but I have book after book. Most professional authors write a book every 2 or 3 years, and I write and publish up to 4 books a year. Every 90 days, I write and publish a book. Now I'm published, I'm happy to say, by the largest and best publishers in the world. You shouldn't think, I'll write a book and become rich. You don't write a book and get rich, you write multiple books and become successful. The first book gets people's attention. The second book shows that the first was not a fluke. The third will often be the book with which you make some money. And then the 4th, 5th, 6th, and so on. People wonder how you can write so many books. And I say, well, I have a system, like a recipe in the kitchen. I follow the recipe, and the system requires clarity about what the book is, who the book is for, what topics in the book are not covered elsewhere, what the system, methodology, and process are. I don't write fiction books. I only write non-fiction that is basically do this and get this result. And then I will spend hundreds of hours and hundreds of hours. So, going back to my 2-day MBA, what I found was that the number one reason why businesses don't succeed, and we're not talking about Fortune 500 companies, we're talking about one-person businesses, is that they simply lack clarity about their business. They lack clarity about each step of the business because they don't think on paper. Think on paper. The most powerful tool in the world is you, a pen, and a sheet of paper. This is the greatest wealth creator in the world. And then never ever lift your foot. Never answer the phone without something to write on. Take notes all the time. Make notes. Make notes. The importance of writing goals. In fact, you can capture all your notes on your phone. But what I've found is that if you write, it registers in your brain and your chances of remembering are higher. I found that if your goals aren't written down, one of the things I've taught to over 5 million people is to write your goals on paper and write them in the present tense, as if you've already achieved them. I earned X number of dollars in 2019. I'm a self-sufficient millionaire by January 1st, 2025. I weigh X number of kilograms. I live in a 500 square meter house with a separate room for each of my children. In other words, write it as if it's already a fact and you're just reporting it. Reporting the fact. Your subconscious mind is wonderful, but what it does is thrive on goals that you state in the now, in the present tense. Thus you create a dynamism called thought and words. This dynamism is what makes your brain know that you're earning a certain amount of money, but now you say, I earn this amount of money. Your brain knows you're not a millionaire, but now you say, I am a millionaire. Then your brain starts working to close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. It starts working 24 hours a day, offering ideas. Everyone here has what is called a superconscious mind. This mind has been talked about for 500 years. Some call it the mind of God, others the spirit of God, whatever. But there is an incredible power in the universe that you can tap into simply by writing a goal clearly on paper. Thus, this mind starts working 24 hours a day to bring it into your life. Everyone has read books about the law of attraction and other things. Well, the fact is that once you have a clear goal and write it down, not type, but write by hand, you force this field of attraction energy and start bringing into your life everything you need to make the goal clear. If it's not written down, nothing happens. So sometimes I ask people to please do one thing for me. Write down your goals. This seminar, by following the instructions we give, can save you 10 to 20 years of hard work. Your life will be transformed. It's almost like taking a magic elixir. Your whole life will be different. Anyway, what you do is, as I said, in life, everyone has a turning point. The turning point comes when you set an important goal. And since you'll be working for money in business throughout your life, you might as well set the goal to make a lot of money. See, in life you can make a lot or you can make little. If you have a choice, I recommend you choose to make a lot, because if you don't choose a lot, by default, you will automatically get little. And this is the problem for 80% of the population who are wandering around and complaining about successful people, saying that life isn't fair, among other things. Once you have a clear goal, you start seeing all kinds of opportunities and things you can do that you hadn't thought of doing, that move you more quickly toward the goal. You activate this field of magnetism and start attracting into your life people and circumstances that help you achieve the goal, and you also help them achieve their goals. It's the most amazing thing you know, and it's true. It has been true for thousands of years and is the great secret of success. Let's talk about the 5 to 7 C's and how you could spend the whole day on these. Number 1, clarity. Be absolutely clear about who you are, what you mean, what you want in life, what kind of person you are, what you believe in, what's important to you, what matters. You will never be successful unless you are doing something you enjoy and do well. Napoleon Hill made this contribution in 1936. Do something you love and do well, and you will never work another day for the rest of your life. You simply will never work again because you'll be eager to get to work, eager to do it, because you love the importance of self-esteem. A turning point in my life happened around 1987. I attended a seminar and the speaker talked about the importance of self-esteem. What he said was that your self-esteem is defined by how much you like yourself. The more you like yourself, the more you will like other people. The more you like yourself, the more confidence you will have, and the more willing you will be to try different things. The more you like yourself, the less fear you will have of making mistakes, and then you will be willing to take risks with the possibility of not succeeding. The way you build your self-esteem is simply by saying, I like myself. The most powerful thing you can do in this business is to help other people like themselves. And how do you help others like themselves? You treat them well. Practice the golden rule. Treat them the way you would like others to treat you. This way they will feel valuable and important and will want to be around you. They will want to accept your guidance, want to follow your instructions, and want to succeed as well. The more you like yourself, the more you will like others. And the more you like others, the more they will like you. This becomes a positive upward spiral that makes you happy. One wonderful thing about religious inclinations, if you will, is the focus on family and the focus on children. The greatest thing you can do for your children is to raise them to be self-confident and have high self-esteem so that they like themselves, value themselves, and see themselves as naturally valuable people. That is the most important thing in the world. I've been so blessed. I had the most wonderful wife. We have 4 wonderful children and never criticized or punished our children throughout their lives. We had many heart-to-heart conversations, but we never punished them and never criticized them. We never did anything to take away their self-esteem and self-confidence. We always told them they were wonderful kids. Now 3 of the 4 are married, and we have 7 grandchildren. What I see is that my children have grown up and married people with high self-esteem who treat them as valuable and important people, and vice versa. And then they raise their children with high self-esteem. Now, you know how you can tell if you have a good relationship at any business level or anywhere? It's that you laugh a lot. People in a good relationship laugh all the time because they can only laugh spontaneously. They can't decide to laugh or plan to laugh or decide how long they will laugh. It can only happen spontaneously. It has to come from your heart and mind. So, the best relationships with other people simply laugh all the time. When you come to my house, especially when my children were growing up, they just laughed all the time. Friends started coming to our house all the time because in our house, everyone laughed. And the kids